Alright, we're back. This is a moment with the Mikeness, 5 questions edition, the big John Cena tribute, just because I am that much of a nerd. I'm rocking the old school John Cena gear, and I mean really old school. We're talking like 2005, 2006. I'm going to start the show off with an apology. I was actually supposed to have recorded this last week, however, the recorded clip ended up going 10 minutes and like 15 seconds or something like that, and I would have needed to be able to shave about a minute off of that in order to put the show together, and I just couldn't cut enough to do that, and work has literally kicked my ass all week. We'll talk a little more about that later, but basically, yeah, I just haven't had a chance to redo the show until now. So here it is. We're going to get right into it. And our question number 1 here is, well, frankly, a little silliness, but really what's better to start with than that? This is from Lori in Spruce Grove, Alberta, who wants to know if the Mikeness wears boxers, briefs, or likes to go commando. And actually, if we're talking over the course of my entire life, the answer is all 3. I currently wear primarily briefs. They're cheap, they're comfortable, and I've just worn them so long that it's what I'm used to. I do have a few pairs of boxers that I'll wear from time to time. Usually, if I'm in boxers, that's a surefire indication that I really need to do laundry. I haven't gone commando in one long ass time, but you know, from time to time, should the need be there, I have no problem doing it. So yeah, that is the answer. And well, if you want visual aids, you're gonna have to come on out to Halifax and get them for yourself. Sarah from Leeds, the United Kingdom. Nice to see people from all over the world be seeking the wisdom of the Mikeness. Sarah wants to know, how much room do you need to swing a cat? Now, it's nice that every once in a while I get a question where I have to put some thought into it. Now, if you assume that your average house cat, well, I guess first you have to assume you're talking the average house cat, probably 2 feet in length, give or take a few inches, and then take into account the length of your arms. For instance, my arm probably 3.5 feet. So I would be looking at roughly a radius of 5 feet, maybe 6, in order to swing a cat. Essentially, take the length of your arm, add about 2 feet or so, and that's the radius of how much space you would need. So essentially you want to have, say, 5 feet in every direction, and that's the minimum of what you would need to swing a cat. Now, for the next question, we're going south of the border, south from, I think, the Mason-Dixon line. Please keep in mind, I have no idea where the Mason-Dixon line is, or really what it is, so someone please tell me. And Chandra from Arkansas wants to know, how does a single childless man end up in child care, and what age group do you generally work with? And for those of you wondering when I'm looking down, it's because my questions are on laptop. The laptop's right in front of me. As for how I ended up doing what I do, we essentially go back to when I was 12 years old. I just moved to Canada's capital of Ottawa, and the family was living in like one of the condo communities where, in this instance, my brother and I were the only ones in the community in our early teens, basically the only ones in our own age group, and everyone else that was basically around for us to hang out with was roughly 10 and under, and kids loved me for some strange reason. And in general, I've found that I'm a lot more comfortable around children than I am with people my own age, which I know sounds sad and maybe a touch creepy, but you know, that's the way it is. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things that I just fell into it, discovered that I absolutely love it, which is really my one requirement for any form of work. If I'm not enjoying myself, I flat out won't do it. It doesn't matter how much you pay me, it just ain't gonna happen. In fact, to be perfectly honest, as far as being a child carer goes, my basic rule is that once I'm doing it for the money, I'm out. Because when you're underpaid, this is not a job you do it for the money. As for what age group I work with, I am what's called a support staff, which basically means I can bounce from room to room. It changes daily. I go wherever I'm needed, and really this is exactly what I would want to do in the field. A former coworker asked me when I was subbing at a different daycare, subbing means just filling in for someone for a day or a week or whatever, if it was up to me, what would I rather do? And my immediate answer was full-time sub, which is essentially right now what I'm doing. Now, since I have about 3.5 minutes left, I'm going to jump ahead to questions 4 and 5 simultaneously, because they both come from my girl Josephine in Melbourne, Australia. And Josephine, where the hell are you? I ain't seen you online for a week. The herd misses you. Come on, just get back online. First, she wants to know where babies come from, and there's really two trains of thought here. General rule is, you know, when two people who mildly tolerate each other get really, really drunk, you know, things happen, broken prophylactics become involved, and 9 months later you are raising a family. And otherwise, I think the other general train of thought is a really, really horny stork with very white music. Very white leads to pregnancy, trust me. Okay, sure, I'm still a virgin, therefore I really shouldn't know that, but hey. Next up, Josephine wants to know when the Mikeness will be moving to Australia. Joe, I'm sorry, but, you know, like I said before, I love you, you're my girl, but I'm a childcare. I'm poor. I haven't got enough money for a vacation in my own city, let alone going halfway around the world. So, again, as much as I'd love to head out there, I'm afraid it's never going to happen. But, yeah, that's it for the first edition of 5 Questions with the Mikeness. Remember, my email address will come up at the end of the credits. Feel free to send me questions, comments, ideas for future shows, whatever the hell you people want. I will do it, because without fan interaction, there's really no point in me doing this. As much as I enjoy talking to a camera and hearing the sound of my own voice, it just doesn't work for me. So, on that note, hopefully I will be able to do this next week, and I'm out.
Sitting down, homie pipes up, you should hear what he's spitting now. Says I've been sleeping with his wifey, and he ain't the type of cat to take that shit lightly. I made a move and he told me, homie, wait. Reached in his purse, pulled a chrome 38. He asked me if I'm ready to die. Said he was gonna blow my brains all over the sky. Said he was leaving the country and he's straight with the passports. Cocked the hammer, I'm thinking my last thoughts. I'm in a bad way.
This has been a Monkey See, Monkey Do production in association with the Thug Monkey Multimedia Group and Evil Prairie Dog Entertainment.